With victory all but certain, I think it's time we really sat down and talked about the DSS, because even with the amazing 35% cooldown buff for mechs, it's still a really bare bones mechanic of the game that should get a little bit more time invested into it. Now don't get me wrong though, its lethality and usefulness is amazing. I mean, just look at the defense of Purpley for that. But we definitely can see more use out of it. A very easy addition that you can add is stratagem voting, meaning whatever planet the DSS ends up on, we get one free stratagem that we as a community voted on. I know this may be similar to how the orbital bombardment works, but this would provide no buff to liberation besides what the base DSS already does, and would feel more impactful to gameplay even when nothing is actively going from the station, since now you have an extra free stratagem to help you on the field. Now, a long time ago, I said the DSS should just do a straight buff on all cooldowns to all stratagems, since you have a literal logistics hub of war floating in orbit above you, so rearming and refitting stuff should be way quicker than when deploying without the DSS. As you've seen with the current MO, looks like Arrowhead kind of beat me to that, or maybe stream sniped the idea. And hopefully as time passes, the quote filler MOs, we can see more cooldown buff upgrades given to the DSS through choices of the community. As eventually, I'd love to see the DSS be able to provide cooldown buffs to basically most if not all stratagems available to us, but also adding more buffs to divers. For the time the DSS is at a planet you are diving at. For example, why would a space station that has access to hundreds if not thousands of eagles and hangar bays not allow you to double the eagles you have available to you? What I mean by this is now when you bring 500 kgs you get 4, or if you like to bring in strafing runs, you now have access to 10 before rearming. And so each one of the eagle stratagems are doubled, or double the ammo capacity of turrets, or increase the length of 120 and 380 bombardments by an extra 5 seconds. All these to passively increase your actual gameplay, besides just hidden liberation rate numbers that, honestly, most of the player base don't even know, or even see. On top of that, I want more than just current selection of powers available to us with the DSS. It'd be nice to see more options, such as a orbital laser storm. If you need a perfect visual on what I'm talking about, if you've ever played Gears of War and seen the hammer strikes, something like that. Imagine if the tornado late firestorms that you see on Hellmire were on our side and they were orbital lasers and they actively went after targets and bot or bug like outposts and nests. There's a lot of stratagems in the game and there's a lot of ridiculous things you can do. I am obviously not that creative. Like, imagine an option called industrialization where the DSS is just mass dropping random sentry turrets everywhere. Or eventually, if they do add SEAF teams as a stratagem, we can have mass deployment where SEAF teams will spawn and respawn on each Helldiver and follow them around until killed or all the SEAF soldiers are killed. We should be able to upgrade also the DSS. I know it's a marvel and peak display of super Earth engineering, but obviously it can be improved, and it would be awesome if the community as a whole could donate an absurd amount, and I truly do mean a dumb amount of resources. I'm talking like multi-millions per permanent upgrade, which can be as simple as upgrading the hidden values through contributing to liberation or defense campaigns, or lowering cooldowns on active stratagems. A cool community tech tree would be awesome addition and a way for us to extract more value out of the DSS. I mean, imagine an upgrade called Deep Space Warning. When a DSS is in a sector, it can warn us of a huge bot or bug movement, so we can possibly prepare or epically fail. You know, the community is a little temperamental sometimes at the defense of a planet. I think also another variation of the Blockade can put pause on invasion timers would be also a nice addition, but instead of it being like the Eagle Storm where you have to put it on the defending planet to pause the timer, you're putting the DSS on the invading planet, so for 24 hours Helldivers unassisted would need to win a war on a defense with no DSS support, unlike the Eagle Storm as said before. There's a lot of stuff Arrowhead can do, and I think as time passes, we'll see more value from the DSS. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and tell me down below something you would want to see from the DSS in the future, as well as support the channel by dropping a like and maybe, just maybe, subbing if you aren't already. I also run a Helldivers 2 platoon called 2nd Liberation Battalion with unique events and rewards for every MO. So if you're interested in that, check out the description down below where you'll see a link to the Discord where it's hosted. As well as thank you to my channel members and coffee supporters who keep the channel going, and thank you for watching till the end. Be safe, and remember, don't drown.